Thanks for staying with us on Consider This. Melisa and Sharaad here tonight. We're chatting to Zulkiflee Anwarul Haque, or better known as Zunar, the political cartoonist, with his new book, his 19th book, Cartoon Anti-Racism, or Cartoons Against Racism. Now, coming back to the...
I don't want to, if I can interject.
Sure, interject.
Cartoons. This man's cartoons might not make you laugh, ha-ha. I mean, they make you think. It's a different kind of cartooning, right?
Which is perfectly setting up my next question, because I do want to know why you think cartoons are the best way to address what you consider to be a huge problem in Malaysia. I mean, is this the right way? Are we expected to laugh about it? Are we expected to think about it? What is it that you hope to achieve with this book?
Yeah, first of all, but in general, cartoon is a very powerful medium. It's the most powerful communication medium, not only in Malaysia now, all over the world. So for me, why I want to use a cartoon, because I'm a cartoonist. So I'm born with talent. So for me, it is important to use my talent to educate people.
Right.
So this cartoon, my cartoon is about education. So I will put, I'm not talking about education in the school, we're talking about to educate people about the issue. So that has been my cartoon all the way.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm not just draw cartoon to make people laugh and forget about it. No, I want to say this is the issue. Okay, then from that issue, I create a cartoon. People can laugh 10%.
Yeah, I mean, it's slightly different from your previous works about corruption, right? That there was an element of caricature, and people would be amused to see some of the characters in your work.
Especially the former First Lady.
People will look at hair, or look at the hair and comment, or look at the nose and comment, and that would be a draw to the work and the underlying message about anti-corruption. But this hits close to home. When you talk about a message of racism, this hits very close to home and sometimes uncomfortable to read. And there's really no satire in here. And you're not caricaturing anyone, but rather a commentary on the education system, on the way we celebrate Merdeka, on the way we are raised, and how politicians pick on certain racial incidents to get votes, to get political mileage. This feels different.
Yeah,
for you.
You see, I just came back from Ohio. I attended American Editorial Cartoonist conference. In that conference, everybody support Trump.
They support Trump?
Yes, because they are cartoonists.
Oh,
no, it's easy to draw. So I just introduction. You see, but we can't have that character all the time. Yeah, so we need to change. We need to change the direction. For me, last time, my cartoon mission was to save the nation, and now to rebuild nation. So this is
that's right. You have a little thing.
Rebuilding, yeah.
Nation rebuilding.
So I need to change. We need to keep changing based on the situation we have before us. So that's what I'm doing. So I can't. People say, yeah. When people see me say, now we already changed government. We already got what we wanted. What else you want to complain? People will say that. I said no. Our job is not finished yet. We really need to rebuild the nation. Yeah. So the direction and the way of cartooning is different a bit, but I still maintain the same. If you look at the previous cartoon, they also education about corruption actually. But of course, I have someone that really cartoonable, so easy to make out of it, and easy to get people emotion during that time. People are very angry, so easy to get it. Yeah. But now I have a different challenge at all. People all don't want to look at my cartoon anymore if I still continue to do that.
Right.
So I have
to evolve.
Yes, I have to evolve. I say this is what people need to be, what we need to be done together now. To rebuild our nation, and we all, everybody now have to take part.
You know what I do think is interesting, and I wish this book, and I'll send a copy personally to the Minister of Education, say please put this in our schools, because schools have a curriculum that talk about harmony. They talk about racial harmony, ethnic harmony. So that's not actually absent, but it is the thinking behind the curriculum on harmony that I worry about. The theory that you have, the understanding that you have, is different from what is the standard harmony curriculum, right? This is why for 60 years we've been talking about harmony, but we don't necessarily have harmony, right? What is going wrong? Where is the gap? What is missing in the thinking of educators, the ministry, our politicians? They all talk about harmony. Nobody says, "Oh, we want to fight." Well, some people do.
Yeah.
But
that is just a lip service. Yeah, it's just a word to balance things. People say, okay, we also have this. Do we have democracy? Oh, we have parliament. That's normal thinking of every politician. But it's need a willpower to really go to the root of the problem and say, I want to change this. And when you do this, you become not popular among a race or the voters. But the politician, you may be sacrificed. You have to sacrifice your position. Might be, but we need to go this. You see, when people say, okay, we have like you say harmony. Yes, what type of harmony? If people still hate each others, right. We still have a university just for one race. Where is the harmony we're talking about? Where education system should be the education for all.
But I do want to, if I could just interject there, the issue of harmony, so people will defend, say Mara for instance, as a Bumiputra institution, they say that ours is not racist because we're not attacking anybody, we're just trying to protect people. And much of the discourse around preferential treatment for Bumiputra or natives has been about protecting, It's not so much you don't like the other race, but actually the other race is more competitive, is more powerful, it's richer. We need to protect ourselves. So how do you work against this idea that these forms of exclusion are actually bad? You're saying it's bad. They'll say, no, it's good because it protects the weaker segments of society.
No, you keep protecting things. It's not good for the future. Yeah. You think, example, you think you by protecting Malays, civil spoon them, is good. No, it's not good for long term. So they become very complacent, and it's not competitive enough. So that is no good way. No, you are saying that again, go back to my early comment about politicians try to portray they are the champion of this group by say, now I'm protecting you, and I create a problem. I am the problem solver for you, so please vote for me. Without me, you won't be protected anymore. So it's dangerous for you. So you better don't vote others. So this thing that we need to really clear. What is protection? Protection means you really need to, in terms of education, I think it's about merit. There is nothing else. So only that we can progress as a nation.
Merit.
Zunar, in the minute that we have left, I want to know when in your mind when you were creating this book, when you want readers to digest your work, what is it that you're hoping for them to achieve, or for them to have to make mental notes about? What is it that you want in terms of the conversation about racism in Malaysia? What is it that we should be thinking about when we read your book?
No, I want to give a fact that people can argue. Many Malaysians, when they talk without argument, they don't have argument. They just simply say things because somebody say it, or because Facebook say it. So I want to say, look, do argue. Read my cartoon and do argument. If you argue, it won't happen. It may be the problem is not as big as that. So by argument, that's why education is very important for you to understand this. And you understand, you can argue from Islamic principle, from the humanity principle, from other religions principle. We argue this. So people cannot, when you argue, it will be less and less problematic.
To have discourse about it. All right, gentlemen, that's all the time we have on the show today. We will be back same time tomorrow, Sharaad and I, on another episode of Consider This. Good night, and thank you for watching. Thank you, Zunar.
Welcome. Yeah.